All right, I think we're going to go ahead and get started today. If you can find a spot to sit, if not, we might have standing room only in the back there. But I do have someone special that I need to have come sit down for me right up front. So I am going to have my arm up here for this young lady to come sit with me right up on the stage. So come on down. Round of applause. Let's get those applause. She's being a little bit shy all of a sudden. I can't believe this. I know. Oh my, look at that light on you and everything. Oh, did you see that look right there? Ooh. Oh my gosh, it looks to kill. She gave Lewis that look right there. Oh my. Oh, her boss there. Oh my gosh. Big round of applause for Miss June Collison there. It is fabulous to see everybody here. Lots of faces from the past. This is great to visit with every single person here. I am going to take the opportunity to invite Miss Jill Welton up, our Southern California market president. So Jill, if you can come on up, round of applause. Come on up, Jill. Really? You can grill her right there if you like.
Thank you.
That's my boss, guys.
Thank you.
I think I need to give a mic to June, just in case she's got feedback. Just in case there's a little feedback, June. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
I was afraid of that. I actually had Lewis bring a ream of paper up here because I was going to pull the whole thing out today. I hope you have some time. Because I got a lot to say about June Collison. So, yeah. Welcome. Well, I'm really bad with the hand. Welcome, everybody. Glad that you're here to celebrate Miss June Collison. I can't see you, so I might have to move so I can see your face.
This is not going to be good, guys.
Every once in a while, I can get this right. So, June Collison.
Yes.
You are, June, an extraordinary leader, an amazing colleague, and I am so grateful I can call you my friend. So I am really happy to be here today, and that's like probably the last nice thing. As I thought about what I might say, no, I did not use AI for you. Straight from the heart. I realized it's really difficult to capture and articulate the impact that a person can have and say that in words. But really all you have to do is look around. Look around the halls, look in this room. And you know, it literally is everywhere. June led an incredible transformation during her tenure, not just by improving performance, but as we talk often, constantly reminding everyone what matters. That the patient is at the heart of every decision, of everything we do, regardless of your role. This is the lens through which every opportunity was viewed by June, and it shows. Really? When I think of how has June led, it really has been with transparency, but most importantly with presence. She's here. Not just buzzwords, but qualities that inspire trust, inspire teams, and challenge people to be better than they thought they could be. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't mention one particular chapter in our shared history. Back in 2022, we decided we were sick of thinking about COVID. Just sick of it. So we decided it might be a really good idea to settle our competitive spirits with a softball game.
Yeah,
we won.
Dominguez Hills, we went over by the Galaxy Stadium. June 1. June 1. I'm sorry, what, by how many points? Because I don't remember.
I just don't.
17.
One.
17. So, yeah, she has not let me forget. But as part of honoring the champions, I had the privilege of presenting June with an enormous trophy because I really was convinced I was going to be taking it home. So I got the biggest one I could possibly get my hands on. And that did not work out for me. In return, she presented me with what was probably the smallest trophy. I'm still convinced it wasn't a trophy at all, but possibly a thimble with some handles. There is a video of this moment. I actually looked it up last night, the video, and then we could have shared it, but I do have my dignity, so we're not going to see that today. The truth is, trophies don't matter. What matters is the legacy that June is leaving behind. Long after today, her influence will continue to be felt in the halls, in the decisions made here, and in the lives of patients and families that we've served. So thank you, June Collison, for your vision, your courage, and your friendship. Yeah. And finally, congratulations on this next chapter. We know you'll continue to make a difference wherever you go. But part of you will always remain here, woven into the fabric of these walls forever. So cheers to you and all that lies ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jill. At this time, I'd like to open up the mic if anyone would like to come up and say a few words to June.
And I'm going to remind you, I'm still your president as a So as you saunter up here, think about
I cannot tell you how many times June and I spent in her room talking about how to deal with her children. And that's how June looked at all of you guys, as her children. She says, how do I deal with my wayward child that at this point is not listening to what I need them to do? And as her HR ears at that time, I used to give her particular advice of what she probably needs to do, and then June says, okay, I'll take that into advice. And I'll get back at you. I gotta tell you something, this lady, I've had many bosses in my lifetime as an HR leader, across the country that I actually dealt with and been with and so on, and I've had some good ones, but I gotta tell you something, June was exceptional. Even an aspect, say Jill, that's another one too. I gotta put my little thing in for Jill, because Jill and I had met before I met June. And she was very sharp herself, and all I'm saying is that June has a very special way and a God-gifted talent. And you gotta understand this God-gifted talent that she has when she deals with people. And when I mean this, even at times that she felt that when she had to discipline her children, June had a way of saying, well, let me see how far I can go to where they can correct themselves. And that's how she actually plays it. That's why she's got a great legacy. She never sat down and believed that she had to beat anybody down, or you had to recognize her as the boss, or you had to sit down. She used to walk these halls. I used to watch her walk all these halls, go into every room, be in almost in every function that normally you realize those who are in positions of leadership don't do that. She did. She used to beat me down on what needs to be done in order to bring more of a family environment at this facility. Because she felt that the fact is, once my people are healthy, the neighborhood is healthy. The people that are treated will be healthy. That's how she saw it. So that's why she put all her time and effort into this. And I got to say, when I retired 2 years ago, and there's a lot of people here I have missed. You guys, we've drawn some relationship, but the one person I really, really, truly missed was June. Not only was she my boss, but she was my friend. And you got to understand that this community hospital in San Bernardino she's going to be etched into these walls because of the time and effort she took into trying to make this facility better. And what you sometimes don't understand, it took a lot out of her. Folks probably don't understand that. It took a lot out of her to make sure that this facility operated at the best it could be. It took a lot of her time, took a lot from her life, took a lot sometimes from her partner. So you need to understand that this is a great lady, and I'm going to miss her, but I'm going to keep in contact with her somehow. So that's all I have to say.
Here, I got it.
Now coming to stage, Mr. Rick Arnold.
Miss June. I'm gonna be good. But anyways, June is, I've been here at least 45 years. So been retired now for 2 years. And I've been to a lot of administrators, a lot, in the time I've been here. And she's been different than any last one of them. Caring, loving, respectful. She's just one hell of a lady. And I really appreciate that. And I want to thank you for trusting me with your family and your life. And I'm always going to be there for you. So you know that. And I just wanted to say one thing, but meetings I used to hate going to. And she would, me and Brian, she would always split us up. But I don't know, never know why. She always thought it was me and Brian, but it never was me and Brian. So you know. But I love you, and I really appreciate you.
Come on up, Patty.
We got together the retired parade. So, those of you who don't know me, Patty Womack, I was the director of pharmacy here, and I've been retired for 2 years. And I also was here for 30-some-odd years and saw a lot of administrators. And it was very different because it wasn't until June that the president was my direct boss. That was a little intimidating. We always had like a level, right? Vice president or somebody, and suddenly you're reporting to the boss. But it turned out to be fantastic. And I remember one incident in particular, everybody probably does. Brian, what's the date? June, you know the date.
Oh yeah, June 9th,
2018, right? June 9th, 2018. We had a really awful CMS survey. We had a pharmacist who shall go unnamed, and I will go to my grave knowing in my heart that he was wrong. But he called an IJ on the pharmacy, and I was standing for him because he was wrong. He was just wrong. There was no regulation for it. And my boss pulled me aside and said, Patty, I know you're right, but we want them out of here, so do whatever this man wants you to do. So we stayed until like 3 in the morning and restocked every crash cart in the hospital. And we cleared it. So she kept me from being too stubborn. But we developed a friendship. Our meetings, we would not just talk about work, but she always asked about life and the grandkids and seeing back. And we shared some special moments. She was really supportive to me when my mom passed away. And Joan, I appreciate everything you've done. I wish you nothing but the best. Nothing but the best. So thank you for
Thank you, Mike. Okay, so June, we all know June was a great hospital leader. Thank you, Mike. So June is also a philanthropist and a great fundraiser. And so we were talking earlier, next chapter in life. And I think I'm here to share with everyone that June Collison's going to run for governor of California. We are accepting donations. You can't leave the room until you donate to the new campaign. We cost less. Actually, the foundation that exists now has been in existence since 2018. And so it's a little ahead of sort of where we're going operationally with the hospitals. And in that particular time, under the leadership of Tony Myrell, who's sitting up front, if you want to wave your hand, he was chair of the foundation, remains on the foundation board. And June Collison, as a foundation board member, brought the two hospital foundations together. And since the very beginning, June has been a wonderful board member of the foundation. So we have a really nice class award for you, June, recognizing your service on the foundation board. So again, the other hat that you wear. So thank you very much, and thank you for your leadership of this community.
Come on up, Jesse. Got it. Got it. You got it.
Hi, June. I just want to say, for those of you who don't know me, I'm the dreaded IT lady. So what I will say is, Miss June has trusted me with her children, her family, and she made it possible for me to step into this role fully. She opened the doors for people to accept that I was here for the best of this community. She understood me from the very beginning, as I do her. We have been through some unfortunate events together, personal events, and we've shared some very personal things. But what I will tell you from my heart is that she's one of the best leaders I've ever met in my entire life. And I've worked a lot of places. And I want to thank you for your continued support, for any guidance that you've given me. Yeah, she helped me out, for listening to me, and for caring so much about this community, and for all of you and everyone that supports this hospital. And for that, I'm eternally grateful and always available to you. Thank you, Julie.
I still work here.
Wow, where do I begin? 14 years ago, this wonderful woman arrived in our facility, and she made an appointment with me. And at that time, I was Director of Patient Relations Risk Management. And I was like, oh, she really wants to meet with me? Well, I'm ready. So I put together a 5-inch binder with all supporting documentation to show her, Houston, we have a problem. And that is what I told her. And she said, Caroline, I said, June, I said, we have to get out of this. CMS was living in our house. We should have just gave them a room. We had a lot of immediate jeopardies, what Patty was referring to. We were here 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. We were working hard. But we also had some drifting behavior that was going on in our organization. And I will never forget Miss June, when she got all the leaders together and we were in the Rushmore room. And she had everybody sign an attestation saying what we were getting ready to do to get out of this. And when I tell you that she turned everything around and held all of us accountable, it was the best thing that could have ever happened to this hospital. Not only is she a community advocate, she is always there. She's there for our patients. There are times I tell her, no, don't go in that room. I don't need you in that room to speak to anyone. I will go in there and speak to them. Because June probably would have had them leave, but I said, no, not today. I told her we pick and choose our battles. But what I wanted to say from a personal standpoint, June, you have had nothing but faith in me. In every aspect, in every role that I have gone into. You managed me up, you coached and you mentored me, and I want to say thank you. Also, from a personal standpoint, anytime if something happened in our personal lives, that's one thing that I can tell you, she will call you every day to make sure you're okay. And that is the epitome of a true leader. And I just want to say to you, I love you so much. And I know that I wouldn't be the woman that I am today if it wasn't for you coaching and mentoring me and being the person that I am. Thank you for your professionalism, and I just want to say thank you once again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I just wanted to make sure that I was safe. Okay, because I still work here, right? So I wanted to make sure that after the retirees, that I got a couple people in, just so that I would be safe. Well, all of you know June Collison, and all of you know how she carries herself, and the love she has for us, and all the good things she's done in the many years that she's been here. But there was one thing that I told June, and she just looked at me because she knew it was true. That is what I said to her, because in my experience with June, she has this strange way of telling you, and listen carefully, to go to hell. And you actually look forward to going there. June was one of the best leaders, and I'm not perfect, and you all know I'm not perfect, but you know, I've gone through this with June for so many, many times, and I thought about it as I was reflecting. I was saying to myself, how did June get me to this point? Because it wasn't a good place for me, and she wasn't very happy with me, right? But in all of that, I grew up, in all of that, I learned, because she checked on me, she taught me, she coached me, and she's guided me. As many times as I've fallen, she picked me up. So I want to say thank you to June. For all the wonderful things that you've done for everybody, right? And as I start here, I'm representing the expanded leadership, all right? And we're all sorry that you're leaving, even though it's probably something that was going to happen anyway. So we do have a gift for you from the expanded leadership. And this is just to say a token of your support, your kindness, and all the good tidings that you've left for us. So thank you very much, June, from the bottom of my heart. What did she say? From the bottom of my heart to your beautiful heart. And we wish you Godspeed, and we hope that you do well in the future. Thank you. All right, Janet, get this meeting together. It's Friday.
It's Friday. It was a no meeting Friday, okay? So I didn't get a chance to get up here and do my leadership rounding, all right? So I want to start by saying, first of all, June, I love you. Okay, I love you. I love you. I love you. And I'm going to miss you. I don't know why y'all trying to act like y'all happy she leaving, because I'm pissed. Okay, I'll tell her every time I see her, I'm mad. Okay, I ain't trying to act like I'm happy. Okay, because I'm not. All right, but I do wish you the best. Okay, I want to thank you for always being my support. Through the good, through the bad, you have always been there to support me, my family, my department. You've entrusted me as well. You've helped me grow a lot. Okay, and I really appreciate all that you have done. She says I run leadership rounding, but really it's her. She'll text me and say, Janet, you know your people on the phone, right? Janet, you know you need to get your people together. So I thank you for that support, because you have always helped me get and teach me how to really facilitate and take charge of the things that I have ownership over. So I just want to say thank you again. I love you. I'm going to miss you, but we're going to take a cruise together, okay? All right?
Come on, Dr. Skinner, come on up.
Okay, I have not looked forward to this. So I've just been here for 5 years. So I met June Collison 5 years ago. And I remember when I walked into your office, here's yet another CMO, another trauma surgeon. It's like, uh-oh. Okay. And I mentioned a couple things, and we had a really good conversation. But at that time, I said, whether I get the position or not, this is a good leader. This is someone that I really would hope to work with, And if it's meant to be, I'll get the position, And it has been an honor and a privilege to work for you, Jim. You are an amazing leader. And, I've seen you work with the medical staff, and the medical staff. We love them, but they can be difficult at times. And you have a great relationship. There are very few situations, and I've worked all over the country in all different types of facilities, academics, private, things like that. And I've never seen the closeness that you have with the medical staff and the respect that they have. And we've taken some big swings in a short period of time, and I thank you for trusting me. You trusted me. You didn't know me, but you trusted me, and you provided that support and that backup. And I really thank you. I love you, June. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Emerson. I'm the mission leader for the hospital, June. No worries, I won't preach up here. If I were, I probably would tag team with Paul. But I just want to say a few things. Maybe share one of the funniest memories I have of you. When I first onboarded about 2 years ago, someone gave me some very good advice. They said, Emerson, make sure your badge is facing forward. And I said, okay, but why is that? And they were like, well, if June sees you, she's going to stop you and make sure it's turned the right way. And lo and behold, You want to guess what happened? One day I was walking down the hallway with my badge turned over, and June stops to say hi. And can you imagine what she did next? She just turned my badge right over. But in all honesty, June, thank you for who you are. Thank you for the leadership, your leadership style. Our mission really lays down the foundation of who we are as an organization and how we're going to impact our communities. And I can say for certain, everyone else can agree in this room, that because of you, June, you have helped lay that foundation. And you impacted this community so much for the last 14 years. So I know we're not going to be the only ones who are going to feel your absence, but our community as well. So June, you're amazing. You're a beautiful person. And just carry that with you. Continue to carry that mission wherever you go. Because it's part of you, and you are part of us as well. Blessings to you.
So I was here in 2012 when June walked in the door. I've been here 20 years next month. And June came in, and I too had a 5-inch binder. And I'm the director of the medical staff office, so I had to tell her all the things about the positions. And during that time, there was a contentious relationship between administration and the medical staff. But June and I kind of partnered together. I would give her some little tips on, how to deal with my doctors, as she calls them. And whenever they were bad, they were still my doctors. When they did something great, they were her doctors. But she built a very strong relationship, a very collegial relationship with the medical staff. She had open door policy, and my office is just a couple steps away from her, so she would just come in. Nish? Nish? I have nicknames from my aunts and so forth. Everybody calls me Nichelle, but June, my name is Nish. And whenever something was wrong, I get a text, GM. And I'm like, GM? Oh, good morning. But June has been there for some really important things in my life. When she had her first grandchild, almost a year later, I had my first grandchild. And then she was there for some special moments with my family, and also, I lost my dad. June was there for me. And then when I lost my mom, June was there for me. And like Caroline said, if you had something going on in your personal life, June would call you. And I remember her calling both times, when my dad passed and then when my mom passed, and saying, I will come and be with you if you need me to. And June would call me every day until I got back home. And then she'd call me on every first special occasion, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Father's Day, Mother's Day, all those important things where you cherish and spend with your parents, because I didn't have either my dad or my mom. And I remember when my mother passed, I was like, well, I was talking to Caroline, and I said, well, I don't have a grandmother, I don't have a grandfather, I don't have a mother, I don't have a father, what do I do with that? And Caroline says, well, I don't have that either. And then June says, well, I don't have that either, so we could just all three be orphans together. And so we became orphan children. But because after I lost my mom, it was really hard for me. And so they needed to kind of make sure I didn't have to be 51 to 50. So, but I do thank you for your friendship. I do thank you for being there for all those moments in our lives. I thank you for your leadership. And I'm still gonna see you, so I don't you're not really going anywhere. But, and so with that, I do want to introduce my doctors. And have them come up and
your doctors.
I do. Hi, good afternoon. Thanks all of you for being here. And thanks June a lot for being here. We have been seeing you for the last 14 years. And it's hard to believe that you'll be leaving now. You know? And we had a very good relationship with June, all the medical staff. Like 14 years ago when she started, as Nichelle mentioned, the hospital was not in good shape and there was not a good relationship between administration and medical staff. There was a lot of friction going on. And June, she changed that culture. You know, she not only worked hard to improve the hospital condition, but worked very hard to build very friendly relationship with all the physicians. The most we will miss her, we always see her in doctor's lounge 1 or 2 times a day, or maybe more even. Yeah. So once she leaves, we're going to be missing her, you know. And she will say, hey, Dr. Kara, hey, well, you haven't completed your charge, you haven't completed your orders. So she was very much involved with us and very friendly. It's really hard to believe that she will be leaving us. And we like her leadership style. You know, she has been so friendly as well as excellent leader. So the foundation she has built, I think that will be the foundation for the future success. And hopefully we can keep good relationship with the new CEO coming. I hope he will follow the June's path. I want to say thank you, June, for all you did for us. And on behalf of medical staff, we want to present you. Yeah, I want to hug you. Yeah. It's a hug too. Sure.
Not like my hug.
Thank you. Thanks for all.
I see Dr. Jim.
Yeah, we want to express our deepest gratitude to June for being with us so long. And definitely we will keep in touch with her. We'll keep in touch with you. Don't ever lose you. We're going to invite you for our annual medical staff meeting. Hopefully you show up. All right, thank you.
Well, the only problem is I can't see you now. I want to see you. Turn your chair a little bit. Move forward or something. Keep turning. I gotta see you when I talk to you, man. All right, that's better. Okay, that works. That's a lot better. Okay, good. I have to do a little refurnishing around. Well, good. Is it afternoon? Good afternoon, everyone. So I am Dr. Nuguse. I know a lot of you, and let me just say what an honor and a pleasure it is to be here today. And what an honor it is for me to come up here and say a few words on behalf of my good friend, June Carlson. I have been part of the physician executive leadership team for the last decade. And during that decade, I was the president of the medical staff for 6 years, or played some sort of officer role. And so I have had the distinct pleasure of witnessing and seeing June Collison's work at this organization on behalf of the organization, the community, and certainly on behalf of our medical staff. So I am the right person to testify today, okay, and sort of put into the records the history of accomplishment and what June has meant to us. So thank you for giving me this opportunity, and bear with me. Okay. All right. So today we honor and celebrate an extraordinary leader, our president, June Collison. She, of course, is going to step away after 14 years of remarkable, transformative service since 2012. To understand June's impact is to understand what true leadership looks like. June has always been, you have always been a visionary, a leader with the rare ability to look far into the horizon, foresee the future of healthcare, and meet it with creative and innovative strategies. Yet her vision was always grounded in a deep sense of pragmatism. In June's hands, and listen to me carefully, pragmatism was not just a practical approach. It was a philosophy where theories and ideas were strictly measured by their real-world success and their direct benefit to our staff and our patients. As our president, June cared for her administrative team with fierce devotion, always, and I saw it myself, always putting them first and lifting them up so they could become the very best version of themselves. As our president, and above all, she anchored this hospital in an unwavering commitment to data-driven, high-quality medical care and absolute patient safety. June, as a true champion of making us a high reliable organization, you led daily with safety huddles. Every single day, I was there for so many years of them. Every day of the week, ensuring that safety was never just a policy, but our daily culture. Because of this, she held every one of us accountable to excellence, ensuring that patient experience was second to none, and that every single individual who walked out of our doors felt deeply respected and profoundly cared about. That's who she was and what she has shown us as president over so many years. In terms of her partnership with our medical staff, to our medical staff, June was not just an administrator. She was an intentional, thoughtful, and deeply loyal ally. Her approach to physicians was crafted with immense care and courtesy. June never looked at the medical staff from an executive distance. She saw herself as our colleague, our friend, and our true partner in our sacred fight to save lives. She believed there was absolutely nothing that this medical staff can accomplish if we were given the right tools. And then, she masterfully did what only the best leaders do. She gave us everything we needed, and then she got out of the way. She gave us everything we needed. June was our ultimate defender. She understood, and we talked about this in our office so many times, she understood that physicians come to the hospital every single day with good intentions, with our hearts wide open, to do our very best. She knew that. And regardless of the complexities or outcomes of any case, she stood by us unflinchingly because she knew our intent was always to save lives. She never drew a line between administration and medical staff. And I see Jill here, so I'm going to be careful about what I say. But let me tell you, there were many times as chief of staff, I came to the hospital, and June wasn't there that day, and I walked into her office, sat at her desk, and used her office that day. I mean, when you walk into this medical staff, you would be hard-pressed to figure out who's administration, who's medical staff, because this is the culture she created. Thank you, June. I'll always remember what she told me during my times as chief of staff. She believed that if she, as president, she told me this so many times, as president, if she put the physician experience first, a world-class patient experience would naturally follow. She told me that so many times. She proved that every single day. Let's talk about the community. What a champion June was for this community. June's heart beats loudest for the community of San Bernardino and the surrounding area. You have to know that. Everybody knows that. In a region that is too often vulnerable, disenfranchised, marginalized, June refused. She refused to let our patients receive anything less than the gold standard of medicine. She believed with every fiber of her being that this community deserved absolute best health care available anywhere in the world. Her focus was entirely centered on making our community healthy, happy, and thriving. And June didn't just lead from her office. For so many years, you guys saw it, she was deeply embedded in the community. She championed robust outreach programs over so many years, from local healthcare screenings, to mobile clinics, to food banks, to youth wellness initiatives. For so many years, she threw herself into elevating our community's health with more passion and vigor than one might see in most affluent areas, because she knew our community, as you always say, deserves it. She was our community's greatest advocate, ensuring our hospital was a safe haven of dignity and healing. On a personal note, working alongside June for me for 6 years as I was her counterpart as the president of the medical staff has been one of my greatest privileges in my professional career. June, you have been an incredible partner. You believed in me as a leader long before I sometimes believed in myself. You walked closely with me through every challenge. You encouraged me, you motivated me, and constantly pushed me to be the best version of myself for my colleagues, for our patients, and our community that we serve together. Your trust was a gift, and your mentorship has forever changed me and the way that I lead. Lastly, for our close, I want to talk and put into the records the legacy that June Collison is going to leave here. June, as you leave us today to take on new challenges, you must know that you have permanently shaped the future of this hospital for generations to come. You have woven your values into the very fabric of our culture, and you have changed every single one of us for the better. You step away today with our deepest respect, our highest admiration, and our enduring love. You will be missed. You will always be remembered in these hallways. On behalf of the medical staff, the administration, our board of directors, every single employee of this hospital, thank you, June. Thank you for your 14 years of brilliant leadership. As you walk into your next chapter, remember that this hospital will always be your home, and you are always welcome back. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts, from all of our physicians. Now, I'd like to read this award out loud before I present it to June Collison. And you know, I gotta tell you, there's not too many hospitals where, first of all, CEOs don't last 14 years. Come on, guys. That's a rare dying breed. There's not too many hospitals where you have a president, CEO leaving, and you have physicians that are crying. Honestly, you don't see that. There's a reason for that. This award, which weighs a lot right now, it says the Presidential Legacy Award, June Collison. With gratitude for 14 years of service, vision, and transformative leadership, your guidance has shaped the future and strengthened our community. 2012 to 2026 Medical Staff Award. Round of applause. Yes, thank you for the standing round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. Now, we do have a few other physicians here, and I would like to give them an opportunity to come up and say some words. If there are any physicians who would like to come up and say any words, this would be your opportunity. Dr. Cara.
The crowd tells you how much everybody loves you.
Yeah.
You have been wonderful. All of us, I think that I have much to say. Because he has already said everything. One thing I want to share, she told me One time her name was Olympia. So she started her career with Olympic, ended up with June. Thank you. We miss you.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Dr. Kara. I believe we have Dr. Bolivar. Dr. Bolivar.
Well, June, it's not too difficult to say something about you. You know, when you came to our facility and we interviewed you, we saw something different, really. There was something different. You've been a friend of, personal friend, and also you've been a friend of the medical staff. I don't remember any day that I walked into your office and you were not able to answer the questions. And that speaks plus for somebody. Especially presidents. Presidents are sometimes very difficult. You are not a difficult person. Okay, so you're easy. And not only that, but we were having tremendous problem at that time. I was president of the medical staff, trying to keep our facility open. And you made this facility something else now. I think you have to be proud of what you have accomplished in bringing this facility to the level that we are here now. Okay? I sometimes go even at the mall and see people and say, hey, you know, I know you president. I know June, and thank you for all the things that you do for the community. And we'll be grateful, thankful forever for your accomplishment, for your solidarity with the medical staff, for your friendship, and we wish you the best. We wish you that God will give you a lot of blessings. And the rest of your life you can really look at this time of your life as a plus, and you got a lot of friends in here. If you want to stay, just let it know.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Salea.
Oh, Dr. Salea.
Hi guys, you know, Friday, I'm used to always run into June in the hallway when I have my procedures in the cath lab. So definitely we're gonna miss that. And I've been dealing with June for the last 14 years. And I want to thank her for one thing, only one thing. I know there's a lot of things to thank her for, but one thing, 14 years of peace we had with June. Guys, a physician concern always is to take care of his patients, do his procedures, especially in a field which is as stressful as cardiology or surgery. And the last thing you want to worry about is what the hospital has to do for you and what the medical staff, how to interact with you. June took care of that part of our life, and especially for speaking, I'm talking about myself. That peace of mind was given to me by June. She always carried that task, took it on her own to do it for us. And when I'd see her in the hallway after a little small crisis, smiling in my face, as if like nothing happened. This assurance that I get from June, I want to thank her for 14 years. And I cannot believe she is leaving. And I don't know what we're going to do after you leave, June. Right? Thank you. Thanks a lot for everything. And we wish you the best because you deserve it and you're entitled to have a nice one. That's all. Thank you.
Dr. Sims.
Miss Collinson.
bittersweet. I came here as a new leader, and I'm not good at this stuff, so bear with me. I came here as a new leader, and I appreciate all of your love and support for our team. I thank you for listening to us and making us feel heard as physicians, as hospitalists. Any issue that we had, I could always bring to you, and you would listen and do your best to help us solve the issue. And sometimes you'd be like, okay, Dr. Sims, okay. And I also appreciate you for that, for kind of reining me in. I will always love you. I will always wish you the best. I will miss our one-on-ones every month. The one thing that I appreciate also is that you cared about me as a person. You would ask about my family, about my needs, and the things that were important to me. And I wasn't just a doctor sitting in there, I was a person. And I appreciate you for that, and I'm gonna miss you. And one of the things that I will take away from you as your leader and your leadership is to listen and to make sure that people are heard. And so I will miss you dearly. I wish you the best on your journey and on your healing journey. Thank you.
Can't tell you guys how much tears been shed over the last month or so. We do have a distinguished honorary guest today that I'd like to come call up here. This is somebody a lot of you guys may know. Dr. Ganadev is here today. Dr. Ganadev, please come on up.
Thank you, Johnny. I can tell you, it took me half an hour to find this place. Half an hour? Yes, but finally some nice EVS person said, I will take you there. Otherwise, I would be still running around here. I can tell you that I know June from her previous life. We were really good friends. June, Dennis, and Darren. And Darren, June's son, is like God's son to me. I went to 3 Final Fours with him. And June and Dennis. We had a lot of fun in the bars, but they lost. So that's the way life goes sometimes. You win some, you lose some. But anyway, June, which I truly appreciate. When June was at Chief Operating Officer and Chief CEO afterwards, I was the medical director of Arrowhead Regional. So we ran that place, we kept that place not only safe but also financially stable. Right, even till now, that's the only county hospital in the entire state which doesn't take any local taxpayers' money to run. That was because Mark Kupfer, June Collison, with a little bit of help from me. That's what we did with the move. So June, have a happy retirement. I know we'll miss you. And I saw Darren last time at Genesis services. I recognize him. He looks different. Not a basketball player anymore. In case some of you don't know, Darren played for New Orleans, then played for Clippers, I think, and played for Lakers. Very short time. That's my team, as you can see. The only reason I have this hat on is I had so little hair left. I said, let me shave it off. Now I realize that if I walk in the sun, my scalp gets burned. So it's one of those things you have to put up with in life. But thank you, June, and I know Mark Kupfer is not here, Dennis is not here. These are all good friends of mine. And they helped me to go where they was able to go. I became president of California Medical Association, medical president of Medical Board of California, and was able to create a brand new university and medical school with the AMC campus. And you need entire village to do that. That's what these people did. Mark and Joe helped me to go into and do things what I was able to do. Thank you, and good luck in your retirement.
Thank you, Dr. Ganja. Really appreciate that. We got a lot of, let me call up Tony Marvell. Tony Marvell. I still have some other dogs, but you come on up. Yeah. Tony Marvell has been the leader within our organization as a chair of our board of directors. Only God knows how many years, because I've been on there forever, and you were there before I was. And he knows June better than anybody else. So,
you know, it's funny because I don't. June and I didn't have a working relationship in terms of I didn't work for her, although sometimes I think she thought I did. And I can tell you in our board meetings that, by the way, started at 5, and when I first got to the board a number of years ago, and stopped at 10 o'clock in the evening because they were, you know, when you think about the things that we've accomplished and June's accomplished in particular, and you've heard a lot of it today, and how much more good things can you say about somebody that you haven't already heard? Everybody loves June. But I remember sitting in those board meetings and I'm going, oh my God, what did I get myself into? Because it at times could be a little contentious and all that, because there wasn't that camaraderie that we had with the medical staff and all that, but it slowly, as June started to work, her miracles, we could see it, and by the time everything was done, the board meetings went to 2 hours, which was great. And June would sit next to me at the board meetings, and I'm going to really miss this, June, because I got to get Jill to start doing this for me. Is that in our board meetings? I know we're picking on Jill today. She would, if somebody was talking and wanted to get going, we've all had a long day. Get me on the stage.
I'll do that, Tony.
Okay, thank you. And I go, that was my cue to cut them off and let's get moving. So, June, I'm going to miss that. And many of you have said throughout today that June always cared about us personally and cared about our families. And I know that both June and I have gone through some personal issues together in terms of having something going on at the same time. But she never failed calling. Tony, Tone. How are you doing today? And she would always make those phone calls. And in fact, when she didn't, I would say she doesn't like me anymore. But June was just so good at that. And I think when June was going through hers, we've always stayed in contact. And June and I do. Regularly every week, we stay in contact. And I know that we still will. But we're going to miss that presence. And she's made us all better in one way or another. And June, there's only one June Collison. And there will always be one June Collison. Your staff loves you. She used to talk about her staff in the board meetings. Or when I had my one-on-ones with her, I had my one-on-ones also. Only they weren't as maybe contentious as the ones you did. But she would always say, it's my staff. I have the best staff in the whole world. And I have the best leadership team in the whole world. And it was always, and I would say, June, you did a great job with something. She goes, it wasn't me, it was my staff. And it was my leadership team. She never took credit for anything. It was always you guys. So she always had you guys, with her best intentions in her heart. I don't think that I could find a person that loves people more than June. And June, on behalf of the board, we're going to miss you for sure. No doubt about it.
Yeah, you're gonna miss kicking me, and you know, I have a permanent bruise there. For years, it was the same spot. It's like maybe I had to switch around somewhere so she kicks someplace different. But I'm gonna miss it too, June. And but Jill said she's gonna take over for you on that. So I appreciate it. But we love you, and the board's gonna miss you. We've got some board members here, and the board will be getting together with you soon. And God bless you, and best of luck in your new endeavors. Thank you, Dr. Marwell. Thank you so much. Please bear with us. You know, we could be here all day if we had the chance. So just bear with us. I know we have a baby in here and all of that. So next up, Dr. White, Ricardo White. He's requested to say some words. We have a lot of positions, as you know, so.
I came to Community Hospital in 2017. June 5th, 2017, day I will always remember. I remember being recruited to Community Hospital, and one of the draws, remember Mike Barrett? Yes. He said, she's a former Olympian, CEO. And I remember the efforts that we made in transforming the psych service. And it was quite a collaboration. June, I want to thank you for helping me be so comfortable, for going out of your way to really make it a place that felt like home. And on behalf of Precise, your good friend of mine, Dr. Nitin Nanda, we wish you well. We want to encourage you to know that, yeah, you're leaving the place in good hands, and your legacy is something that we want to respect. So all the best to you, and congratulations for a well-deserved rest.
Okay, last but not least, Dr. Osei.
My name is Dr. Osei. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Dr. Osei from Pediatrics. I guess when Johnny said, you know, some providers were crying, I was probably one of them. Certainly going to miss you. I first met June 2018 when I dared walk into the hospital without my ID. And I got accosted in the hallway, and yeah, I did get into trouble for that. But since then, it's been asking cases every day in the hallway. So I really do appreciate you. I really do appreciate all the support you give the pediatrics department, and I will certainly going to miss you. Thanks so much.
Okay, well, thank you very much, everyone. Again, on behalf of our medical staff, you know how we feel. We love you so much. We've taken out a big bulk of this time, and I know we had a small time, and I'm sorry we went over, but really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Round of applause for the medical staff. Alrighty, so I want to thank everyone for being here, and we have a wonderful slideshow. I do invite you to stay so you can watch it. Oh, I didn't know you were coming up, Dr. Davis. Please come on up, please.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I guess I want to put on my ID.
Doctor, make sure it's spun the right way, too. Make sure it's spun the right way. You got to face it forward? Okay, all right, we're safe then.
Hi, everyone. All right, so I have had the honor to serve on June's board. For many, many years, how about that? And I was the new faculty at the time at CSU, and I was invited to join with President Carney who said, you know, you should consider joining this board. And I kept thinking, wow, I am in the room where it happens. And why is that? Because of June. And for me, as a Black woman, watching June leave this hospital, it was so inspiring to me. And I would just sit back and observe her interactions, her leadership style, her ability to listen, her ability to put others forward, and always striving for the best and excellence. And that inspired me. And I served as vice chair of the board of her quality board. And that elevated my responsibility because I knew that I had to lead just like June and step up to the plate. And step up to the plate we did. But as I was walking today on this campus, June, I got a sense that this is our community. And why is that? Hello, human kindness. All of those words that she has placed in the organization. We depend on, when I park, it says, we depend on you. They depend on us and we depend on you. It's all of that framework that she had that elevated us as a board member, number one. Number two, I've never seen a leader that cared so much about individuals. And that was evident today that others have said. So June, I'm gonna miss you. I love you dearly. I thank you for your outstanding leadership and for who you are as a person, as well as your family members, and we're just blessed to have you. Thank you.
Well, I thought I was done, but I guess not. I'm back. So we do have one other doctor who wants to say some words, and she has the same last name as mine.
Oh, yes.
That's Dr. Naguse, my wife. And she's also a gastroenterologist, a physician here at our hospital. Dr. Naguse.
Thank you. Unlike my husband, I'm not much into public speaking, but I really wanted to take this opportunity, regardless of if that's my thing or not. I think you deserve it. June, you are an amazing woman, and I've always told you that you are a role model to me. Not just as a woman, but as a woman of color, to see all that you've accomplished as a human being. You've reached standards so high that are really admirable. You make me walk these halls tall and proud, knowing that you're the CEO. So I hope you know how admired you are, and that you make us all want to do better, to try to reach that standard that you set. You really did break that ceiling, and I appreciate you for that. On a personal level, you always say, oh, thank you for checking on me. Thank you for being so good to me. But you know, it's because you're so good to everybody, and that's why we give that back. And just know that your next chapter is going to be amazing. God has watched over you these last 14 years over here, and He'll continue to watch over you in your next chapter. I love you.
All right, I'm going to open the mic back up. If anybody else would like to come on up.
Who wants to come?
Come on up, Lewis.
Lewis is gonna, oh, Lewis, yes, you need to come on the back. I'm going to yes.
I'm going to start the slideshow, Lewis.
Oh, we have a
Please, come on up.
Are you serious?
I'm not going to take up the time to speak. I'm going to just say, I wanted June to know I'm here because you're exceptional, and we love you.
Where's my son speaking? Chris Bond. Okay, I'm gonna have my son speak Chris Bond. Coming up, let's go. Yes. This is truly my heartbeat. That's how I'm gonna give my heartbeat. Wow. Like his mommy likes.
Wow, put me on the spot. I really don't have nothing to say. I mean, it was just, for me, it was just more just listening to everybody's compliments and things that you guys have said about my mom. Just to be able to sit back and listen to all the wonderful things they said about her, and just to sit back and learn about her leadership rings bell for me. And there isn't any word that I can put into expression. That's why I don't really have nothing to say, because I'm just in awe of everything that you've done, not just for the family, but for everybody that you work for. And it's very hard to be a leader. It's very hard for other people under you to praise you as a leader and to say good things, because let's face it, we've been around other leaders that people don't like, right? But it seemed like everybody came from a good place. They were genuine in what they said, and to run something for 14 years for the ground up, I mean, it's truly amazing. I mean, it's really remarkable. But I thank you for everything you've done for me. I know my dad would have been proud of just being here and just seeing everything that everybody has something to say. And that was what I was thinking about, just how much he would have loved this. You know what I mean? And yeah. It's truly amazing. I appreciate you guys for doing this and showing up and saying the nice things about my mom. It means a lot to me and our family as well. So thank you. I'm sure you guys are going to still be in contact with my mom some way or the other, or she's going to be in contact with you guys. Right? But yeah, just a wonderful leader. Let's give it up for her.
It was my speech. Okay, you ought to set it off. You ought to set it off. Boy, they can all tell you how I pushed back so much on this. And I have to tell you all, I might be an extrovert. However, in some way I'm very introverted. I have held world records. I've run the Olympics. I've been in the top 10 in the world. But when you come to stuff like this, it's not you. However, this was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful celebration. I left my house this morning and I called my assistant. And I said to Anna, you know I had nothing to do with this, right? In other words, I was trying to say, what happens if I do not show up? My boss and I, and Joe was here, so my boss, we talked about it in one of my meetings. And she has a way she calls me, she never calls me June, she says June calls. I swear to God, I'm not June to my boss. Every time I met this thing, it's June Collison. And she said, June Collison, it's not about you, it's for your people. And you know, I thought about it, and she was absolutely right. I walked into this organization 14 years ago, and I remember exactly the day I walked in this organization. At the time, Darren was playing for the Indiana Pacers. And we had tickets to the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl was in Indiana. A friend of ours got us tickets. And I could not stay for the Super Bowl guys, because I had to start this job in Monday. So I flew back all by myself, because my husband was like, you're on your own. And I flew back here. And I walked through the doors, and I remember talking to the staff. And you know, you're always anxious. You're having a new boss. You don't know her style. I'm sure you all Googled me. You all talked to your people at Arrowhead, and they told you all whatever they told you all. You know how that goes. And I remember having a meeting with you all, a meeting similar to this. And I said there's 3 things I am passionate about in an organization. Passionate. 1, patient safety. 2, quality. And 3, the patient experience. And there is a reason for that. Because if all those things, or when all those things come together, we keep the patient safe. And what do I always say to every one of you? We always put the patients in the center of everything. Because when we put our patients in the center, and you all know our patients are disenfranchised, they have no access to care, no one cares about them, and we have to care about them. And when we walk through the doors of our organization, we have to do our very best to make sure they're safe. We've got to put our arms around them and protect them. Like if they're a brother, sister, mother, child, aunt, uncle, because they're our patients. And I'm going to walk out of these doors saying the same thing to you all. Patient safety, quality, and patient experience. And as you do all of this, don't you ever forget to throw your employees in the center of that circle. And the reason for that, if your employees are okay, your patients are going to be okay. And that's one of the reasons I always check upon you all when we're not doing well. Because I know that if you leaders were not healthy, if you physicians were not healthy, we could not deliver, we cannot deliver here, we deliver in this organization. And that is why I've always showed up that way. And I've always showed up for you all, and I always call myself a walking protocol. I've never asked any one of you all to do anything in this organization that I wouldn't do. I've rounded with you all. I've done weekends with you all. I've done nights with you all. Because that's how I know a leader shows up. One of the things that concerned me in the organization, I think Dr. Boulevard touched on it. When I walked into the organization 14 years ago, we really had a contentious relationship with the medical staff, right? Dr. Boulevard, you remember that? And that thing bothered me. You know why it bothered me? And I had sleepless nights over it, because if your medical staff and your administration were not aligned, bad things would happen in the organization. So that's why it was so important for me to develop that relationship with you all. And we did beautifully along the way. I could not have done it without all of you doctors. I could not have done it without my directors in there, my leaders above me, Jill, Julie, Dr. Wright, all those leaders above me. I could not have been successful without you all. And I thank you all. I thank you all for loving me back in this organization. I thank you all for doing the work, putting the work in, and you all see the success that comes along with the work. Remember when I first walked in there and Caroline talked about that big 25-page binder, 50-page binder. I truly said, why? I said, are you serious? Is this for real? My boss said to me for my last job when I was coming in, he said, how are your leaders over there? And I said, it really didn't matter. Because I've always been pretty good at bringing leaders together. But we worked through it as a team. And we did well together. And I am confident as you all go on this new journey, you are going to have a new boss. You will have a new boss. That boss is going to be wonderful for this organization. I know you all are going to take this organization to another level. We're now called the Inland Empire Market. And that's where you all are going to take this organization. And I'm going to sit back and look and see the great work you all are doing. So thank you all for coming. The ones that have been gone, break all those nice patting all you guys to cry. That is crazy. You know, that made it Dr. Gandhi, that was a surprise for me, you know. But thank you all, you know. All of you that have come up here and had such great words and positive words. And that really has made me feel wonderful. For my beautiful family, I could not have done this without them. And they know it. I've been leaving my child when he was little, when I was climbing the corporate ladder at 25 with my sister here, because I didn't have the time. And she took care of me while I was gone. And that's the kind of family I have. They show up and they show out for me. And I'm grateful for them. I'm grateful for them. So on behalf, I don't even know what else to say. I'm gonna get teared up, and I was trying not to be teared up. But truly, I enjoy the journey here. It's been 42 beautiful years. We've had some rough times along the way, but I've stood with you guys. There were days we were sitting back there with Caroline and Ross doing 25, 67, or 350-something agents. We don't even know what that is now. We really don't know what that is. And it's because of all of you. You guys have done a magnificent job in this organization. So as for what June is going to do in the future, I can give you a glimpse of my first 6 months. I would say 4. I know Janet and I've been a part of it. In July, I'm going to Aruba. In September, I'm going to Morocco. In October, I'm going to Portugal. And that's what June life is going to look like right now. However, I am going to stay in touch with all of you. You all have my number. Pick up the phone and call me. If there's something that's bothering you guys, something you all need to know, I'm going to always be here for you. But somebody said that already, I feel excited. But from the bottom of my heart, and truly I'm telling you all from my heart, to your beautiful hearts out there, I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. I thank all of you for receiving me in this organization and allowing me to lead you all. Allowing me to lead you all. And I can walk up to here, and I know you are going to be okay. And remember what Kobe Bryant did, and drop the mic.
Slideshow still.
Oh, there's a slideshow. I understand there's a slideshow. I don't trust them anymore. There is doctor.
Yes.
My doctor wants to say something, guys.
Yes, I'm so sorry. Yes, Father was breaking it up because excuse me. It would be remiss of me if I didn't come up here. Just publicly thank you, June, for being a wonderful person and a great leader. I'm not just saying this because I feel I have to say it on this time, but honestly, I feel that you've been you are a wonderful leader, a very personable person. You come up to the wards and interact with people, all the staff, myself, and I feel that if I ever had a problem, I could come to you and speak to you about it. So I'm thanking you for being a wonderful leader, a wonderful friend, and a wonderful person. And I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. I'm grateful that you have your family here to support you, and we, your work family, will always be your family too.
Okay,